Welcome back to KBUZZPOP, the home where emotions meet reality, where your favorite stars come alive not just as celebrities, but as real people with real feelings. And today, dear viewers, we bring you a story so captivating, so shocking, and so deeply emotional that the entire fandom world has been shaken to its very core. Are you ready? Because what you're about to hear will make your heart race, your mind question everything, and your emotions spiral into a roller coaster of excitement, curiosity, and even tears. The news broke like wildfire. Wang Yibo Xiao Zhan, the two stars who have carried the hearts of millions across the globe, were reportedly seen checking in together. Yes, together, sparking an eruption of speculation, disbelief, and most of all, raw emotional reactions from their fans. Now, before you brush this off as just another rumor or gossip story, let's dive deep into what really happened, how fans discovered the truth, and why this shocking revelation has the power to change everything we thought we knew about these two extraordinary men. So lean in, turn up the volume, and imagine yourself right there with them. Because this isn't just their story, it's yours too, as fans, as witnesses, and as believers in something bigger than just fame. It all began quietly. No flashing cameras, no official schedules, no grand red carpets. Just two figures walking through the hushed corridor of a luxury hotel, their heads low, their steps in sync. A bystander who happened to be in the lobby that night claimed to have seen the moment unfold, the moment when Wang Yibo Xiao Zhan approached the front desk. At first, it was just two men in casual attire, unrecognizable to the untrained eye. But to fans who live and breathe every detail of their appearances, their walk, their style, even the way they carry themselves, there was no mistaking it. And then came the detail that no one could ignore. They checked in together. The receptionist, seemingly calm, glanced back and forth between them before handing over a single key card. Not two. One. That tiny gesture sent an electric shock through the fanbase. Was this an innocent mix-up? Was it a private arrangement? Or was it something so much more? Can you imagine being there at that moment, watching in disbelief as your two idols, the very ones you've seen on screen and supported for years, suddenly share a moment so personal, so private, yet so filled with meaning? Fans who later pieced together the scene described feeling as though they had accidentally stumbled into a sacred space, a secret chapter in a book they were never meant to read. Social media erupted instantly. Hashtags like #WangXiaoCheckIn, #TogetherAtLast, and even #UnbreakableBond began trending within minutes. The fanbase split into different waves of emotion. Some were ecstatic, some protective, some shocked, and some even worried about what this meant for the careers of both stars. But here's where it gets even more emotional. This wasn't just about two men walking into a hotel. No, this was about years of unspoken connections, subtle gestures, and shared history suddenly crashing into one undeniable, unforgettable moment. Fans recalled the countless interviews where Wang Yibo Xiao Zhan's eyes lingered on each other a second too long, the behind-the-scenes laughter that felt like an inside joke no one else could understand, and the way their names seemed to carry extra weight when spoken together. Was this moment the confirmation everyone had been waiting for? Or was it just another page in their carefully guarded lives that we, as fans, had been lucky enough to glimpse? One fan wrote on Weibo, "I couldn't breathe when I saw it. Years of supporting them, years of believing in their bond, it finally feels real. They are more than just co-stars, more than just friends. They are something else." Another commented tearfully, "I just hope the world treats them kindly. Whatever they share, it deserves to be respected, not destroyed by pressure or judgment." And that's the heart of the matter, isn't it? It's not about prying into their personal lives, but about acknowledging the magic, the connection, the human bond that transcends fame. For so long, both Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan have carried enormous weights on their shoulders. Expectations, criticisms, and the brutal demands of the entertainment industry. To see them, even for a brief moment, stepping into a place together where they could just be, it's a revelation that goes beyond words. But let's talk about the mystery of that single key card. Some fans argue that it might have been a coincidence, a simple hotel policy, or even a gesture of convenience. Yet others believe it was the silent confirmation of something much deeper, that the two stars chose to share a space, not because they had to, but because they wanted to. And that tiny decision, that act of togetherness, has spoken louder than any official statement ever could. Now, here's where you, dear viewers, come in. What do you feel? Do you believe this was just a coincidence, or do you see it as the undeniable proof of a bond too strong to be hidden? Close your eyes for a moment and imagine. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, away from the cameras, away from the spotlight, sitting in the quiet of their room, sharing stories, laughter, or even silence that only two souls who truly understand each other can share. Doesn't your heart ache a little at the beauty of it? And yet, with every revelation comes a storm. Industry insiders are already buzzing about what this could mean. Will agencies step in? Will the media twist the narrative? Or will this be the start of a new era where fans finally accept and celebrate the truth of their closeness, no matter what form it takes? The power of this moment is undeniable. It has united fans across borders, across languages, and across generations. People from all corners of the globe are sharing their thoughts, their tears, and their hopes. And in that unity lies the true impact of Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, not just as stars, but as symbols of connection, resilience, and love in its purest form. Let me ask you, if you were there in that hotel lobby, what would you have done? Would you have snapped a photo? Or would you have stayed frozen, overwhelmed by the sacredness of what you just witnessed? Imagine walking out later, your hands trembling, your heart beating wildly, knowing you had just seen something the whole world was waiting for. This, dear viewers, is why we follow stories like these. Not for the drama, not for the gossip, but for the moments that remind us that our idols are human, that they feel, that they need each other just as much as we need them. And isn't that, in the end, what makes this revelation so breathtakingly beautiful? So, as we close this chapter of today's story, remember this. Whatever the truth may be, whatever explanations may come, the image of Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan checking in together will remain etched in our hearts forever. Because sometimes, a single moment is enough to confirm what words never could. And now, it's your turn. Tell me, what do you believe this moment means? Do you see it as friendship, love, or simply two souls finding comfort in each other? Drop your thoughts, your tears, your hopes in the comments below. Let your voices be heard, because your perspective is just as much a part of this story as theirs. Stay tuned here on KBUZZPOP, because this is only the beginning. As the world reacts, as the stars continue their journey, and as we, the fans, stand by their side, one thing is certain. The bond between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan will continue to inspire, shock, and move us in ways we never thought possible.